Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's me, KiaSimoneWrites. Child, let's get into this episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, where Shereé done going all the way to Alabama to let them play in her face. Like, girl, child, let's just get into it. Before we do, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And of course, I got to take a minute to shout out my super thanksers. Thank you so much to Yvette Greer ×2, to Amber Lede, Lorenzo Malone, and Tanya Fuller. Thank y'all. Now, let's get into it. So the episode opens up with Martell checking out a venue for a party that he's going to be having to celebrate him being on the cover of Upscale magazine. Well, he said that he's nervous because this is his first time being in the spotlight without Mel, aka I did this without you. He said he invited all of his family and friends and his friend girl, Shereé. What in the 40-year-old virgin is a damn friend girl? What? All the children and adulthood under your belt, and you call this big grown woman who has children and grandchildren your friend girl? So the lady is making conversation with him, and she said, so tell me about the magazine again. Now, I don't know if she's sizing him up and she think he's a damn athlete, or if they done paid this lady to ask this to give him the opportunity to plug this magazine, because that's exactly what he did. So Martell tells the lady it's for Upscale magazine, and they're in stores all over the country, and you know, they've allowed me to grace the cover, and it's my first cover, so it's a pretty big deal. Not just for them, but definitely for me too. I said not just for them. Martell is the answer to all the world's problems in his own head. So the lady said, oh, that's so cool. And she continued showing him around the venue. And she asked, so do you have any special guests coming? I said, well, you better shoot your shot, Miss White Lady. So Martell started answering the lady, and he said, well, I do have a friend coming. She's and it must have hit him. I think this lady is shooting her shot. Hold on, you might want a little cocoa in your milk. Miss Lady, you don't want them problems. You don't even want them problems. He started laughing and said, I have a lot of special guests coming. I said, not the wide open roster. Martell said living in a small town like Huntsville and dating a celebrity brings the curiosity out of people. Of course, they want to get in his and Sheree's business, and when she's around, they want to take pictures with her, but that just comes with the territory. Don't nobody want to get in y'all damn business. Everybody knows it's business. It's a photo op for everybody else too. They want a picture to put on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, just like y'all. And of course that leads to a staged, dry phone call to Shereé, where he's calling her about this party that he's planning, and she's in traffic and she can't wait to come. And Martell said he's on the cover of the magazine, he's dating Shereé, his wine is lit, everything is perfect, and he has no complaints. So good, leave us alone. We moving on. And we move from one stage conversation right on to the next. We go to Mel's house, where she's hosting a gathering between herself, Miss Nell, Kiki, and Tiffany. Now, wasn't Kiki just telling this girl she don't know who her daddy is? We see Nell and Tiffany get to Mel's house first. Now, the thing is that we find out that Kiki is coming before Tiffany does. So when Tiffany comes in, Mel starts pouring compliments all over her about how she's glowing and she's carrying so well, and Tiffany knew something was up immediately. She said, when you nice for no reason, something is definitely up. What's going on? Mel drops exactly what she was buttering her up for. She said, well, yeah, Kiki is coming, and we're going to have conversation respectfully, and we're going to get along. Tiffany said, oh, Mama Bear put her foot down. Mel said, we're going to get along. I said, no, we not. Now, what you're not going to do is tell me that I'm going to have to play along with what you just played in my face, telling me some bullshit about I know who my daddy is and you don't. No. We might tear your house up. Tiffany said in the confessional that she was looking forward to lunch with Mel, but now it feels like a setup because Kiki is coming and she didn't know anything about that. And just then we see Kiki arrive. And now this mean girl meeting can commence. So they sit down to rehash the etiquette tea, and it's like watching the same meetings over and over again. They change wigs and talk the same shit, and I can't take it. So Mel asked about the interaction between Tiffany and Kiki, and she said, what about you two? Y'all had a big conversation last night. And Kiki starts with the same lies she's been telling since we met her about who I was that night is not who I normally am. Well, use a damn lie. She said, when I get angry, it goes there and then it goes to 1,000, and then next thing you know, I'm popping somebody, and that's not okay. You're right. which is exactly why tea party settings and the sorts are not the intervention for you. Mel asks, well, what do you plan to do going forward to help you remain calm and express yourself in a way that doesn't come across as you being angry and aggressive? Well, rather than say get help, Kiki said that her plan is to breathe and listen more than she speaks. Well, good luck with that. Kiki goes on to address the whole "I know who my father is" comment and said, when I made that comment last night, it wasn't a dig at you, and I mean that wholeheartedly, because I would never say anything that cruel to anybody. I said, you know what? Kiki ain't playing with a full deck, and she need to hop, skip, and jump her ass down to a psychiatrist's office so they can tell her exactly what's wrong with her and what to take for it. Because you got to be out your natural mind to sit up here with a straight face and say, I would never say that. When you said that shit in front of a group of people on camera on national TV, what? Kiki said, I know how it sounded, but I was just trying to get across everything I wanted to get out in that moment, and my mouth was moving faster than my mind, and I didn't really expound on that, and for that, I do apologize. Now, personally for me, if you can't even tell the truth while you apologize, you can keep the apology, okay? If you gonna sit up here, my mouth was just moving faster than my mind and I didn't get to expound on that thought. There's nothing to expound on. Your mouth was not moving faster than your mind. You said exactly what you wanted to say, and then you sat your ass back and looked to make sure that it hit its target. But before Tiffany could tell her, tell the truth and shame your devil or stay on out my face, they started saying, oh, that's such a sweet apology. Tiffany said, well, last night in that moment, I don't feel like you were listening, but I do feel like you're listening now. And kudos to you, Mel, for bringing this moment together. Mel says, so y'all are good now? And they say, yeah, we're good. She says, okay, so moving forward, when we get together as a big group, it can be, hey, how are you? I'm good to see you. And no shade, no bad vibes. Basically, we can be fake and play in each other's faces. Yes, we can. Now, moving on. So we move on and we see Stormy, Tisha, and Kimmy get together for their version of the tea party rehash. Ciao. Tisha said she does not feel like there was effective communication as intended by Mel between Mel and Stormy. And so she wanted to come together with Kimmy and Stormy to see if they felt the same way. Basically, I thought this was some bullshit, and we're going to get together to talk about how this was some bullshit. Y'all thought this was some bullshit too? Tisha told Stormy and Kimmy that after her silent sitting at the tea, her and her husband went and had some damn drinks. Stormy said, well, I wish you'd have told me. I'd have been good for some drinks because that tea party was not my cup of tea. Tisha said, well, honestly, I am happy to see you because I thought you might have quit the group after that whole thing. Stormy said, no, I ain't quit the group, but I quit all them etiquette parties, tea parties, Lobo Peep parties. Don't invite me to none of them shit. I'm all the lady I'm gonna be. She said, I actually prefer the spa night, Hennessy, and Holland is my type of vibe. Don't invite me to that bullshit no more. So Kimmy asked Stormy, well, do you feel like you and Mel got y'all stuff out? And Stormy said, yeah, I thought it was good. Kimmy said, good to do what? Move forward? She said, yeah, I never thought it was anything more than a standstill. Kimmy said, oh, really? Oh, you think you all right with her? Stormy asked Kimmy, but you like the tea party? Kimmy said, yeah, I enjoyed it. She said she's into etiquette and she likes the idea of people being respectful to each other. Tisha said, well, how do you feel about the respectful communication component? Kimmy said, well, I like the concept, but I do feel like we missed the mark. So then Tisha goes into explaining that she got a text from Kiki after the tea party in regard to Tiffany telling Kiki that she doesn't know her. Now, let me just make sure I understand what Tisha was saying because it was a roundabout way she told the story. Somebody somewhere in the Twitterverse said, Carlos keep Kiki gonna tell everything. Apparently, Tiffany liked the tweet, comment, whatever the hell it was, screenshotted the tweet or comment, and then sent it to Kiki. Now, the whole significance of this is supposed to be that she claims she don't know Kiki. I never had her number because we not in community with each other. So how you get her number to send her this? And then on top of that, Tiffany was standing on this moral high ground of, I don't like how you handled your cousin, but you was screenshotting and high-fiving in the DMs and the text messages. Stormy said in the confessional that she's shocked by this because Tiffany was adamant that I don't know her. Yeah, now I ain't gonna lie. People who can just lie with a straight face and conviction are scary. So Stormy decides that this is the perfect time to add her he said, she said to the table. I mean, Tiffany had already on this bitch. Might as well add some seasoning. Stormy says, so I was hanging out with Tiffany. We were, just talking and kicking it. And she brought up that you had got put out your office. Tisha tried to laugh it off. Kimmy said, yeah, she got evicted. Stormy said, well, when she told me that, I told her that you were the majority owner of the company. And she said, girl, that's just on paper. And of course, they showed the clip. We see a clip of Stormy and Tiffany sitting down having a conversation, and Tiffany is just pouring all the tea. Tiffany is questioning, are they actually in business together? And Stormy is, she's the majority owner. Tiffany said, no, I think that's just on paper. I think someone wants it to be woman-owned, but there's someone else actually in control. Girl. Then she brought up that Kiki brought up infidelity in that whole tantrum that she had, and that she found it interesting that that was the only thing that Tisha had a major reaction to, that Tisha was adamant that we were not discussing the issue of infidelity with her marriage. Tisha says she's such a hater. What else did she say? Well, you should have been asking her, what did she say, and why are you just now telling me? Like, what was the conversation? But Stormy wasn't done. Stormy had more tea. She said, oh yeah, she also said something to the effect of, you can't control your man. Tisha said, why is she worried about my man? And no, I don't control him. Just like he don't control me. Like, for example, he don't even know where I'm at right now. Tisha, Marcel ain't worried about where you at, baby. I'm trying to tell you right now, he ain't worried worth a damn about where you at. And the reason he ain't asking where you at and he trusts you to do the right thing is he know you're going to do the right thing. And if he start questioning you, you're going to start questioning him. And he has to lead by example, which is ask no questions and I tell no lies. But I understand what you're saying. The principle makes sense. In the confessional, Tisha said Tiffany shouldn't be speaking on anyone's marriage, especially when there's a rumor going around about hers. I said, well, what did he say? Tisha said Tiffany is going to have to answer for all the she's talking. And Kimmy said she don't think Tiffany realizes she barking up the wrong tree with Tisha. Tisha might come across quiet, but yeah, it's a dog in her yard. So we move on to Martell's party, and we see everyone arriving. Everyone looks amazing, but the guest of honor has yet to make it. So since Martell ain't here yet, they give us this appetizer entertainment. We got to see a remix of the Kiki, Tiffany, Stormy meeting again. So Stormy asks, have they made up since the tea party? Tiffany starts explaining that, yeah, we actually had lunch the next day. Stormy said, well, I'm confused because I met with Tisha, and Tisha said that you had a text message that you got from Tiffany, and Kiki said, yeah, and I'm trying not to go there. Tiffany is looking confused, and they start rehashing the whole thing about you had sent this text message to Kiki in support of her, threatening to expose everything about Tisha and Marcel's marriage while you sitting here playing the moral majority and like you don't know her and don't want nothing to do with her. So Tiffany starts explaining about she was just supporting another black woman. This is just kudos to you. Stormy said, so you were supporting the Kiki part, not the Kiki gonna tell everything part. Now Tiffany playing dumb. I tell everything about what? I don't even understand. So now they're going back and forth about not knowing what the whole post was and what the post meant and what she was liking about the post. Stormy said, you know what? I'm going to get Tisha. Stormy said, since Tisha is really the subject of this whole dispute and it was Tisha's business who was going to be exposed as Tisha's cousin that sent her the text, she figured Tisha should be involved in this. Tisha said the issue was between them two. They worrying about who know each other. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Kiki said, yeah, she cares so much about Tisha, but she's texting me this. She said, me and Tisha are cousins. Tiffany said, yeah, no Sherlock. Kiki said, so don't think you can say something negative about one and it's not going to make it back around to the other. Tiffany said, but why would I be saying something negative about one to the other? Well, Stormy steps in to try to explain to Tiffany that the issue is that you said to Tisha that you didn't like how Kiki did Tisha. However, the text that you sent to Kiki says that you did. Stormy said, so in her mind, she's acting like, why you acting brand new? Tiffany said, yeah, but you're also saying that Kiki feels like we know each other like that. And because she feels like we know each other like that, then we know each other. But I don't know her like that. Kiki said, but I never said that we know each other like that. I said, if y'all don't get out our damn face like that, I am not about to watch these two grown people argue in different places about whether they know each other every time they see each other. Kiki said, the bottom line is, I don't know you like that, but I do know you. Tisha said, I think y'all just got off on the wrong foot, and at the end of the day, it's just not that deep. Tisha said, I don't give a damn about this post they're arguing about. Now, what I do care about is Tiffany running around talking about me and my business. So this was the perfect opportunity to address that. Here we go. Tisha said, we had the whole tea about respectful communication. And I think that things start to get disrespectful when we start communicating about each other behind each other's backs. For example, you went to Stormy with questions about my business, about whether I really own my business. And so just, what's your problem with me? Tiffany said, I don't have a problem with you. You're the majority owner. He shouldn't kick you out of your damn office. Now, low-key, Tiffany is the voice of the public. Kiki said if she's communicating with her husband and she's okay with how things are going because she knows the details, who are you to say how things should go or what should happen? I think you might need a lesson. And Tiffany said, I don't need a lesson and nothing from you. Kiki is over there. This girl crazy as the bird that flew over the cuckoo's nest. Tisha grabbed her cousin and just said, come on, just let's go. So Tisha has Kiki off to the side, telling her, you can't do that. Remember what we talked about. Don't be a hothead. Bitch, you don't even know. She don't even know. You don't even know. You too old to be on TV acting like this. Like, sit down. Tisha said she's pregnant. She ain't gonna be pregnant in some months, and you still ain't gonna have no damn sense in some months. Tisha said she has a whole lot to discuss with Tiffany because Tiffany should not be out here discussing her marriage, or her business, especially when there's a rumor going around about Tiffany's marriage. I said, well, could somebody please help me understand what's going on? What is the rumor about Tiffany's marriage? I heard no rumor about Tiffany's marriage. She too pregnant for y'all to be talking about rumors about her marriage, please. Tisha said, now, while she does have a lot to get off her chest with Tiffany, this is not the time or the place. She said the tea party done gone left. The spa party went left. She ain't gonna be responsible for Martell's party going left. Let him tear this mug up by himself. And speaking of tearing the party up by himself, we see Martell and his special guest arrive. He walks in with Shereé. Now, I'ma just say personally, I felt like they looked like they were going to two different events. Like, she looked like he told her they were going to the club. He got on a whole damn tuxedo jacket. They come in and it's like they walk in and just branch into two different parties because she is introducing herself to everyone and Martell is off working the room and being a star. And do you know you got a guest? Marceau said in the confessional, it's so good to see Martell rebounding after his divorce. He got a magazine cover. He got a new woman. I mean, it's just inspiring, huh? Tisha said, don't get too damn happy. You bet not get excited and follow Martell up. Everything that glitter ain't gold. That lady done deleted him off her Instagram and all. Marceau said he ain't say all that. He's just saying happiness depends on who you're divorcing. I said, Lord Jesus. So Martell is walking around. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. And Shereé is standing there looking like she's trying to find her light and her angle. She just is lost and unattended. Like, Martell, could you please get the lady? Kimmy and Marisa in the confessional saying how this is a little bit different from what they're used to. They're used to seeing Mel and Martell work rooms together, but Shereé and Martell seem to work the room separately. Kimmy said, yeah, from afar, it kind of looks like a business arrangement. I would say that's probably because it is. So next thing you know, Martell takes the stage. He grabs the mic. He's about to make his speech and thank everyone for coming. And all you see is Shereé running across the room. She's trying to get in position so she could be supportive of her man. This is just, Lord. So in the confessional, Martell says that this is an extremely proud moment for him, especially after so many tough moments and regrets in the last few years, that him getting this magazine cover speaks volumes to him. And he's on stage saying that he has copies of the magazine there at the party and, he'll sign some autographs, and he goes on to thank the lovely lady next to him who helped to put this all together. Some lady named Kim. Is acknowledging Shereé not in the contract? What's happening? So Martell comes off the stage and Shereé walks up. Congratulations, baby. And Martell goes on to, rub elbows and speak to people on what's going on, players. And Shereé is just lingering behind, and he's not acknowledging her, not introducing her. Y'all too damn grown for this. Now, Marceau, Maurice, and Big Lou off to the side having their own conversation. Marceau is just disturbed by the cover. He said it looked like Martell, but it don't look like Martell. He said it's very airbrushed. It looks kind of like a cartoon version of Martell, and he ain't lied. It looked like an AI version of Martell. It just was too much airbrushing. It was Since Martell done left Shereé on her own and she's standing around just pulling her ponytail, Tiffany smelled the fair game. Yeah, Martell done left you out here in the field. Come here, let me talk to you for a minute. So as we see Tiffany pulling Shereé aside to talk to her, we see a clip of her in the confessional. And she's saying that we're all here to celebrate Martell, but I don't see my girl Mel. Martell has a new boo, and I don't know how much Mel knows about Shereé, and I don't know anything about Martell's new boo, and I'm not afraid to ask the tough questions. I just want to get to know her, and I'm always looking after my girl Mel. Well, Tiffany, help me understand. Why would you expect to see Mel there when the girl just came to your house and told you that her and Martell were beefing for him showing up to the skating rink party? Why would you even expect it? Why would she be sitting in our face telling us this bullshit like we this dumb? And what does you asking Shereé 99 questions have to do with looking out for your girl Mel? Now, let me tell you, after I listened to Tiffany with this line of questioning, I honestly heard the questions in Carlos's voice. I said, these are a bunch of questions that Carlos done decided the audience wants to know from Shereé. And so he's going to sit her down with Tiffany and make it look like, Tiffany and her tactless confrontations. But it's really a 2-for-1. It's an interview with all the questions everybody supposedly wants to know. And we don't want to know none of this. So Tiffany starts, are you in Huntsville often? Shereé said, lately I have been, but I really like Huntsville. Tiffany said, okay, so we can expect you in Huntsville. Well, have you met Mel? Shereé said, no, I've never met her. Tiffany said, you never met her? She said, no. She said, you know what? Actually, I have met her once. Tiffany said, oh, you're about to give me a heart attack. Shereé said, why? Tiffany said, because I would want to have met the person who's going to be around my kids. Shereé said, oh, well, no, I didn't meet her in that capacity. Shereé said, I was in Birmingham and Mel came over. She wanted to take a picture with me. She had little Martell with her, and so I took a picture with them. Tiffany said, so you and Mel knew each other before? Shereé said, no, we didn't know each other, honey. Obviously, she did know who I was because she came over to take a picture with me. Tiffany said, oh, so she admired you. Shereé said, yeah, and I respect that. Tiffany said, okay, so you haven't seen her since then. Shereé said, I've never seen her again. I never saw her again after that. Tiffany said, but you've been around her kids. Shereé said, I have, but when he has the kids, she's not around. Tiffany said, that's so weird. We've got to fix that. We've got to fix you and Mel. Shereé said, but ain't nothing to fix. It ain't broken. We just haven't met. So Tiffany jumped straight into, so do you think Martell is completely over Mel? Do you think he still has feelings for her? Shereé said, well, honestly, from the conversations we have, I don't think he has feelings for her. Tiffany is in the confessional saying, it's obvious. All the people on Twitter, all the raindrops, all the millimeters, everyone can see that Martell is still in love with Melody. I said, why is there such a crusade to prove that Martell still has feelings for Melody? We gonna prove that he has feelings for Melody only to tell him to get the hell over the lady and let her live her life. Why would you go up to the lady that this man brought as his date and, hey, you think he still got feelings for her? Who wrote this? Why do you think this makes sense? This isn't even nobody does this in normal society. Like in normal culture, you not at a party and just, hey, so I know he brought you, but you think he still got feelings for his ex-wife? And of course, we see the clip of Carlos crying us a river about how he believes that Martell still has feelings for Melody and he needs to acknowledge that. So since that didn't shake Shereé, Tiffany started really spilling tea. She said, yeah, we recently had this get-together celebration for Kimmy. Yeah, you wasn't invited to that. Well, yeah, Martell was following Mel all around. And Mel, are you okay? And Mel, where are you going? And Mel, let me walk you to your car. And Mel was just like, I'm good. Why are you all over me? And it's obvious that there is something there, he cares. Shereé said, well, he should care. They were married, they had children, they built a life together. He should care. I would look at him differently if he didn't care. That damn Shereé is quick on her feet now. You ain't gonna catch her all kind of ways with the shade. Y'all new to this. She true to this. She been doing this. So then Tiffany asked, what is it like dating someone who has a reputation for being a cheater? I mean, he is a great dad, but how do you overcome that? I mean, because you're strong. Shereé put her damn drink down. Okay, because see, now you playing in my face. I'm tired with this. She said, I am strong. Now, what's your question? Tiffany said, well, the question is, how does it feel dating someone who cheated openly on someone else? Shereé said, well, first of all, I don't agree with that. Shereé said, and you know I watch your show, and you know I know you cheated too. Shereé said, everyone has a past. As long as you're treating me the way I need to be treated, you're respecting me, and we're enjoying each other. I mean, Tiffany said, because you put the pussy down like that, you think that's why? I said, what in the trash box hook of hell is you talking about? And then she's in the confessional saying how obviously Martell wanted a woman with a little more experience. You know, he got him someone closer to Miss Marlene's age. Let me tell you something. Listen here. I think one of the prerequisites for trying to age shame Shereé is going to be you got to look better than this, okay? This is a bad mother. You can't be out here just being you any old kind of way and try to shade this woman about how old she is. Because what does Shereé say? She is old and cold and out here shutting shit down harder than you. Here's my other thing. Ain't the goal to get older and better and finer and flyer and all, like, ain't that the goal? So why are you trying to shade this lady? So we cut right from Tiffany saying this inappropriate bullshit to Shereé at the party to, I guess, what's the next morning? And Shereé is pulling up to Martell's house, but where the hell is she supposedly coming from? Why are y'all playing in our face? She ain't got no coffee, so we know she ain't coming from Starbucks. Did she stay at a hotel? Like, lie. Play with us. Shereé comes in and they try to hug and they so awkward and uncomfortable. So she walks in and she said, oh, you're studying good. He said, oh, why are you excited? She said, because we need you to pass. Child, everybody know we need you to pass. Get it together. So Shereé asked, where can I sit? He said, anywhere. You woke up like that? Now, what you trying to hint at, Martell? Y'all went above and beyond the agreement. Shereé is an OG with this bullshit. Shereé said, let me tell you something. I am so tired. Martell said, oh, really? She said, yeah, from the event last night. He said, oh, really? So Shereé changed the subject. She said, well, it was good seeing your mom again. He said, yeah, she was real excited to see you, too. She just left here from picking up the kids. Well, speaking of the kids, Shereé said, well, you know, we talked about marriage and blending families, and you's a damn lie. Shereé said, but with everything that's going on with your divorce, I mean, where's your mind at about that right now? Like, what? Martell said a whole bunch of nothing. Martell said something about, I'm not going to say that it's a challenge because she and I are totally separate, you know, but we have the kids. I feel like as long as we get over that hurdle, whatever issue that is, it'll be smooth sailing. Okay. So in the confessional, Martell starts explaining that he definitely sees the qualities in Shereé that would make a man want to be with her long term. Now, he ain't say him, but a man. Martell says she knows how to cater to a man. She understands how to be submissive. He would definitely say she's wife material. I said, not a stamp of approval from Martell. So they had a whole bunch of conversation about nothing. So wherever we take it, whenever we take it, I promise I won't let you down. And nobody wanted to leave the club last night, so thank you for coming. So what are we doing? Like, what is this? They done gone to this party together, awkward as hell. They can barely manage a conversation. Like, why are y'all playing with us? So Shereé starts to tell Martell about the whole encounter with Tiffany. She said, now I have met everybody except Tiffany, so she and I go aside to talk, and I don't know who sent her for me, but she came and asked me a bunch of intrusive questions. Namely, did I think you still had feelings for Mel? And Martell and all his bad acting, what kind of question is that? And Shereé said, well, let's talk about it. He said, about what, Tiffany? She said, no, about the question. Do you still have feelings for your ex? He said, I mean, no, not at all. Shereé said, that's what I told her from the conversations that he and I have. It doesn't sound like it. And she was telling me about the last time y'all all got together. He was following her around. And Martell said, hold on, wait a minute. You know the kind of man that I am. I mean, I'm a gentleman at heart. And I mean, if there's any woman who's at a facility and needs to be walked out, I would walk them out. And I mean, this is my children's mother. So when she says she's leaving and there's no one there to walk her out, I mean, I said, Mel, Let me walk you out. Shereé said she didn't make it sound like you were just walking her out. Martell said, well, I mean, she was sitting over there by herself most of the time, and I wasn't over there not one time. Now, you know you was in that lady face. But let me walk you out. We leaving. All right, good night, y'all. Like, boy. So Martell is starting to get frustrated, and he said, you know, I don't understand what it is that people are misinterpreting. That it's not about male, it's about the family dynamic that I built as a man, so it's not particularly her. Shereé said, not particularly her. Martell said, it's not her. Shereé said, okay, because we got to be clear. Martell said, regardless of what, I mean, I don't have feelings for her. I mean, we shared something that was deep and we had children and you know, but I don't have feelings for her. And in the confessional, Martell said he feels like Tiffany should close her mouth because he and Tiffany aren't best friends, so it's not like Tiffany knows what he has for Mel or anyone else. He says so he thinks Tiffany should stay in her lane and not be sharing all kinds of things with his date. So Shereé goes on to share the rest of the conversation that she and Tiffany had with Martell. And she said, you know, yeah, she got into asking me about meeting Mel. And Martell said, for what? I don't even talk to Mel. Shereé said she also asked me, what is it like dating someone who is a known cheater? Martell said, damn. Shereé said, you get along with them, don't you? They're your friends, right? So Martell is ready to defend himself. He starts explaining there's a lot of different reasons that people cheat. And Shereé said, hold on, I got this. I told her, you know, I watched your show. Martell said, no, you didn't. Yes, I did. I told her I watched your show and I know you cheated too. Shereé said, then she asked me, so you think you putting the pussy down that good that he ain't gonna go back? Martell was shocked. Martell said, she said it like that? You must not go to the table reads when they be going through the script. She said it just like that. They both agreed that this was a highly inappropriate conversation and line of questioning. Shereé said, but it was your day and I didn't want to make a scene and curse her out and she's pregnant. Martell said, so you was thinking about cursing her out? I mean, what do you think? And the episode comes to an end with Martell in the confessional saying that Tiffany has absolutely no room to be making these kinds of statements. I mean, because she cheated on her ex, so does that mean she's cheating on Big Lou now? I said, oh, all right then. He said he will be addressing the situation because he finds it to be very disrespectful for her to be addressing his guests like that. And that's going to carry us right on into next week. But child, that's it. That's all. And I ain't got no more. Thank you so much for coming down here listening to me and letting me get this off my chest. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And in the meantime, until next time, just like every time, I love you and I mean it. Bye.